Good morning, everybody. I don't remember if I did a sound check or not. I guess I better look and make sure my. Yeah, okay. It's working all right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We are still working on some cookies here. Uh, Welcome to the coffee sessions, number 417. I'm watching the number of people watching going up there. All right, let's take a look and see who we got hanging out with us this morning. We have Mr. John Howard, 5:48 a.m. We're crying out loud. Get a life, dude. Surely you don't wake up thinking about the coffee sessions at 5:48 a.m. That's just wrong in so many ways. Just kidding you, John. Glad to have you here, buddy. Larry Galt says, good morning, everyone. Dave, the bowl came out looking beautiful. Yeah, it came out pretty good. A ton of fun to turn. It has all kinds of, when I just started peeling the bark away and looking at the stuff, I kept thinking, man, it's going to take a while to get down to something, but man, it's going to be just gorgeous. And of course, if you remember the piece, if any of you guys watched the video, if you remember the piece when I first stuck it on the lathe, it was basically like, the fat part on one end was kind of a trunk or possibly a limb. And then it kind of come out and had some crotch where it had two smaller ones. Well, that's what all this mess is. Because if you look right here, if I can get my fingers to point right, here is one limb right here. And the other one's right here coming off. And that was the spot in the middle. And that's why I ran into some problems when I got down to the bottom, because it kind of comes down and curves down into the bottom. But I was able to get the bottom cleaned up, and I put a bunch of that 2-part 5-hour epoxy stuff, added a little dab of paint this time, not as much as I did on another project, just enough to turn it a dark. Actually, it came out, it matched perfectly because it's almost a dark brown. But yeah, that's just a cool, interesting looking piece, and I so enjoyed turning that. So thank you very much, Larry. You are the man, buddy. Paul Stewart's here this morning. Good morning, Paul. Let's see. Thomas Grimm is here. Had about 4 inches of rain over the past 48 hours. That's a lot of rain, I think. Mark Lindsay's here. Good morning, Mark. And he's Thomas saying where he lives there. Excerpt of Champaign, Illinois. Okay. Clyde CNC's here this morning, as is Kevin Else. Good morning, Kevin. Hope you're doing well. Gary Hammett looks like he's pretty stoked about those Braves winning. They managed to pull it out. Let's see. Dennis says, good morning. Love how your spalted bowl turned out. Yeah. It's, yeah, I really like it. For somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, it did turn out too bad. Monroe Cook, good morning, sir. Clyde says sound is good. All right. I think now that I think about it, I think I did check it, because it's all, see, I do it totally different now, because since it's gotten cooler out, I used to just come out here about 8:30, boot everything up, and all that kind of stuff. But now I come out here at 7:30 since it's a little cooler, and I check to see what the temperature is out here, and then I'll turn the heater on and let it run until I come out here right before 9, and then that way it knocks the chill off. And in fact, it wasn't all that cool. I think it was about 55 out here, and just turning it on that little bit, and it's nice and toasty in here now. So I got it turned off. But so I boot this up and do the, check the mic and all that stuff at 7:30 now instead of closer to 9. So let's see here. George Ralphus is here. Good morning. Wet and soggy Michigan morning. Yeah. Darren's here this morning. Good morning, Darren. Leo Steger says morning from chilly Central Ohio. Yeah, is it kind of cool up there? George says he's going to be working on the Gatton CNC table today. Awesome. Good deal. No, you're going to have a good day then. Troy Pritchard says soggy Monday here in Michigan. Yeah. Mark says, hello. 5:48 was 14 minutes ago. Well, it was where you're at, but it wasn't where John, what's his name? John Howard. Because I think he's in Indiana, so should be on the same time I'm on. He's just getting up early. So, nothing else to do, he says. Yeah. Let's see. Wilson likes the ball, or Wilson. I'm looking at Wilson's name right below George and said Wilson. George says, I guess he likes the ball. Good morning, Wilson. Good to see you. Steve Gruncy's here. Good morning, Steve. And Ryan Ballard is here. Good morning. I still got a cookie. He didn't give up on me. Sit in. There you go, buddy. Yeah. Atlanta Braves won. They'll be playing. I had to look it up because I haven't really, of course, the local news here, obviously, they're going to talk about the Braves all the time, but they hadn't really even mentioned the American League. But I guess they're going to be playing the Houston Astros. Game 1 Tuesday night, I guess. So, man, I got chips and stuff all over this. It's not really a desk, but this little bench where I have, it's really filthy. That stuff. That's one thing about that stuff. When I was turning it, it was flying all the way back here, getting all over everything. Made a big mess, but man, what fun! Lots of fun. In fact, I had so much fun because I turned the bulk of this, and as I pick it up, here's more pieces of wood chips all over this table here. But yeah, I turned the bulk of this Friday. And then when I got to that point where I knew I was going to have to stop and put some stuff on it and harden that up, I went ahead and I was already fired up. I don't know if you can tell it, but right down. Let's see if I can move that way. Yeah, see that? Right there. That little bitty piece that's about this big. Well, it was this big. And that's some of that poplar that I got from my buddy Greg Hamilton. And I checked it with a moisture meter, and it was a little under 20. It wasn't making the beeper go off, but it was still a little wet. And so I thought, well, let me, I cut off a piece, I guess about 8 inches. And then stuck it on there and started turning it, and it was definitely a little damp. But in fact, some places I'd get it down a little bit, and you could just tell. You could just put your hand on it, tell it felt damp. And I'd get the moisture meter, and it would beep a little bit. It'd be a little bit over 20%. But I thought, well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down, and if it cracks and does all that stuff, it'll just be cool looking. Because I found out it looks similar to these. It's got some spalting, probably not as much as this. This one has a ton of it, but there was some spalting in that stuff, um, and it turned out pretty cool. In fact, I got it. It's pretty much done. I got video shot. It'll be coming out probably next week or something. But it's just a little lighter color because it's poplar. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have time today because I got to work a little bit today. But I want to try to turn something out of that other piece that's like the other half of that where I cut it in half. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able. If I get out here today, it'll be later this afternoon because I gotta work a little bit today. I'm glad Solar Man's on here because I was going to ask him. I saw a thing. Yeah, here I go trying to remember where I saw it. I think it was a YouTube video from, I don't know, Fox News, or I don't know, could have been any of those news things, I guess, because the title of it made me click on it and watch it. But I guess there's 3 counties, the 3 most western counties in Maryland. And I don't know if that's where you live or not, Ryan. I don't know if you're on the east side or the west side, but the 3 most western counties in Maryland are wanting to get the heck out of Maryland. Not physically, but they're wanting to change and go join West Virginia. So Ryan says, "Yeah, our county." So your county's one of those, huh? One of the 3. But anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting that they're so fed up with things that they're like, "Yeah, let's quit these guys and join this team over here." So I seriously doubt it will happen. You know how they always talk about that kind of stuff, different. I mentioned a while back, there was parts of Oregon and Washington, I think, that want to go join Idaho or something. So, all that will probably never happen. But it's just funny to think that people are so fed up and, ready to move without actually moving, I guess. So anyway, I'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Like I said, I doubt, and even the person that was talking about it, they said, yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but there's so much, so many I's that have to be dotted and so many T's that have to be crossed, and that it'll probably never happen. But anyhow, nothing like a little secession talk to get things going. Another thing I saw that I'm really, really happy about, I don't know if y'all may already join it. I don't know. I don't know if you can join it yet or not, but I hear the guy, what's that guy's name? He used to do the mean tweets. Oh yeah, Trump. He's going to come up with a new social media thing, a new platform. So now that I think probably will happen. I don't think it's happened yet. I think they're just talking about it right now. But you know, there's not a problem with money there. They can probably get that done. Uh, and it'll be called Truth Social, is what I think they're going to call it. So, what a concept, isn't it? Free speech. That's quite a concept. Anyway, looking forward to see if anything comes of that. If y'all get signed up, let me know. Send me a link or whatever. Um, Rob said, "Man, everybody's wanting to swap teams here." County's talking about changing states is not new. Both western Nebraska and northern Colorado have talked about joining Wyoming. I don't know if I've heard about that one. It's just crazy. It's almost to the point where we need to just draw a line right down the middle of the U.S. and say, okay, everybody who thinks to the right can live on the right side. Everybody that thinks the other way, to the left, can live on the left side. But they still wouldn't be happy, I'm sure. But anyway, that's just some of the interesting little tidbits I've seen in the news. Seen a lot of interesting things about the Rona. You know, I've been watching that guy. I think his name's Dr. John Campbell. He's a doctor out of the UK, and he always does a daily video, and he's not out there to say, you know, this is what you should do or this is what you shouldn't do. He's just putting the information out there. He's quoting his sources or listing his sources, giving links and stuff. And Gary says a few years ago, Florida Panhandle wanted to go to Alabama. Have you been to the Florida Panhandle? It is Alabama. I'm just saying. Yeah, it is Alabama. It's Alabama with nice beaches. That's what it is. Now, anyway, this John guy, I guess they're having another uptick in cases in the UK. But then he's scratching his head going, well, I don't understand it because, all these crazy football fans and stuff in the US, packing stadiums, no mask, hugging each other, high-fiving, all that kind of stuff. And their cases are going down. So, yeah, Florida gets the taxes. Yeah. So anyway, just always some interesting information when I watch his videos. They're not super long, maybe about 15, 20 minutes. And like I said, I like watching him because he just tells it like it is. He's not anti-vaccine, he's pro-vaccine, but he's also letting you know that, hey, there's facts out there that show that they are not for everybody. Even though they want you to be, want you to think they are. So anyway, he's a good guy to watch, I think, and does a ton of that must be all the guy does. I mean, he's an older gentleman, but that must be all he does because he like I said, he doesn't just spout off stuff and repeat stuff he's heard. He's got it right there on paper. And he'll have the link and he tells you exactly where he got this information and urges you to go look at it for yourself. Otherwise, if he didn't do that, they probably would have kicked him off YouTube just because, but he's very careful about what he says so as not to get booted off of YouTube, which you got to do these days. There we are back to that free speech thing again. Crazy. But I know some of the other little podcast thing I like to watch is that Dark Horse. What's it called? Dark Horse. Maybe that's what it's called. Dark Horse Podcast. The one that they're on YouTube, but they're also on. Heck, what's the other one? The one y'all told me that Google owns too. I'll think of it in a minute, or probably somebody will put it in the chat. But anyway, whatever. But anyway, sometimes they'll do a video and it's allowed to stay on YouTube. And then other times they'll get on there and they'll have like about a 30-second video and they're just saying, yep, 1984 hit again. You'll have to go to, what is the name of that thing? Somebody help me out. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It's drawn a blank. Don't remember what it is. But anyway, another platform where you can watch it. So, and I'm really surprised they haven't just taken them off altogether. But I guess that's their way of saying, oh, no, we allow free speech. We only just cancel some of their videos. But anyway, just don't know about things these days, folks. Just don't know. So, what's everybody got planned for this week? I see some folks saying they got some. Where did I see it? I'm already behind here. Ryan says, I got some projects to do on my Gatton. Need to get time to do it. All right. Hey, there's Rob Schuster. Good morning, Rob. Welcome to the coffee sessions. Jim Sanicola, I'm sad to report I came in here yesterday and the double-sided tape on the back of your little thing had come unstuck and it was laying on the floor. But I picked it back up, applied some more pressure, and it's staying on there so far. But I've got some more probably heavier double-sided tape should it come off again, or I'll just pull the tape off, pop a little wood glue or CA glue or something to make sure it stays on there. But let's see. Larry says, I put a link belt on my drill press and couldn't believe the difference it made in vibration. Got one for the bandsaw too. Going to put it on today. You know, I have seen a lot of videos where people upgrade their, because some of them have the table saw where it's got the motor kind of hangs out the back and it's got a belt on it, or a bandsaw, or even the lathe. I've seen people use those. There was somebody that had a Harbor Freight lathe, and that's what they did. They put the link belt things on there, and it made it improved the performance as well as made it a lot quieter. Now this guy still was using the Reeves drive, which technically I'm not using the Reeves drive. I'm just using the Reeves drive pulley, but I'm leaving it stationary, so it's just like a pulley. And mine is really quiet. I like it. In fact, now that I'm really kind of kicking it into high gear, turning some projects on this thing, I'll probably be, I might wait another month or so, because it's been about a little over 2 months since I got that. And I'll probably do kind of a review on the lathe itself, because there are some things about the lathe that aren't just real great, but I'm still happy with it because of all the modifications I did. If I had been using it as stock and then had these other little issues come up, I'd probably be like, nah, I shouldn't have bought this. But yeah, it's a great lathe, particularly if you turn it into a harbor-matic, which is what I like to call mine. Let's see. Mark says, I know a fellow did a video on using masking tape and super glue as a double-sided tape alternative. Yeah, but I mean, I guess that would work, but that's for when you want to pull it back off. This, I don't want it to pull off. If it comes out, it's on there pretty good. I think even with the double-sided tape, you got to apply some pressure. And I don't think, because when you watch that video, I'm just kind of poking it on there and then moving on to the next one. I didn't really apply heavy pressure. It's staying on there right now. But I think if it should come loose again, I'll just peel the tape off and put a little dab of glue on there. Sand a little spot of paint off of my thing because the sticker or the wooden thing will cover it up. And then just pop it on there. Let's see. Rob says, whoops, it jumped on me. Rob says, I like that idea of sending a sticker made on the CNC. I might be sending you one of those too. Yeah. Free advertisement, that's what it's for. I figured I might as well put something on it because the piece of cardboard looked pretty silly, and I'm surprised I never had anybody say, why do you put that ugly old piece of cardboard up there? But it's because if I'm doing any shooting late in the afternoon, the light coming in that window just messes with the camera and it washes it out. So I had to put something. I figured, well, if I'm going to put something, I might as well put a piece of plywood and use it as a sticker board. Let folks put their stickers on them. Jesse made it here this morning. How you doing, Jesse? Hope all is well down there where you're at. Yeah, I've got to. I haven't told you the latest on the, or at least I don't think I have the latest on the post office thing. I got I hadn't even done anything. Of course, maybe they've noticed that I haven't bought any, online postage from them. But I got a thing in the mail not the mail, the email, wanting me to do a survey of how I thought their customer service was. So you can imagine my excitement when fortunately, I didn't have to log into my account to do the thing. I just had to click on that link and go do a little survey. But it gave me the opportunity because they gave me a little box to fill out the thing where I could tell them, like, hey, I haven't been able to use this now for about 4 weeks because, I go to do it, waited for my text. Oh, never got the text. Clicked send text again. Tried off and on all day. And then sometime during the middle of the night, I get 27 text messages with numbers, which, do me no good. So anyway, I told them the story, and that's been a while ago, and I still haven't heard anything. And then immediately after I finished the survey, I went and tried to log in and got the same thing. We're locking you out of this account. So I guess I won't ever use it again because until they fix it, they've got to be able to let me in there so I can turn off the stupid 2-factor authorization stuff so that won't happen again. But yeah, it was all because and I don't know whether that might not have even been their fault, mate. That might have been an AT&T thing or something. I don't know. But regardless, it doesn't do any good to get a text message with a security code hours after you're trying to log in. And then they just, they just lock me out. So I guess they don't want my money. I won't give them any more. Except I still have to go to the post office. But anyway, don't have to do that very often. All right. Well, I guess we're going to get out of here, get this week kicked off. Appreciate the thumbs up. Those of you who did leave a thumbs up. For those of you who didn't leave a thumbs up, you still have an opportunity to hit that on the way out. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Got a lot to do, and we will see y'all tomorrow for number 418. Man, here we go. We're just about done with October. 25th October already. Holy cow. All right. We will see y'all. Everybody have a good one, and bring coffee tomorrow. See you.